Cameron wasn't the only surprise I encountered on day one. During the final period of my first day, I was working my way through the attendance list. To avoid the sins of my student teaching mentor, Mr. Cooper, who mangled every ethnic name he came across, I went to great pains to pronounce everyone's name correctly, consulting veteran teachers and even scribbling phonetic approximations in the margins of the roster. Given that the kids hailed from everywhere from Yemen to Haiti to Malaysia, it was no easy feat. Nigerian names are particularly notorious among teachers. Kamiolaka, Mioluala, Walumbe, anyone? In case you're wondering, as I did, it means, we appeal to God for help in Yoruba. Indeed. I was close to the end of the list with no obvious gaffes, so I was surprised to hear so much laughter after a name as simple as Leon Washington. In response, a timid, prim, "Here," was delivered into the ether. More snickering. I looked up. My eyes followed a set of long, tapered fingers, past a bent wrist, down a thin caramel arm, to the face of a pretty, doe-eyed boy. Unlike any other kid in the class, he wore a natty polo shirt with a popped collar. Not a hint of wannabe gangster on him. I tried to suspend my snap judgments, but two things flashed in my head. First, gay with a capital G, and then, geez, what a burden for a kid like that to have to walk around with such a macho, NFL-esque name like Leon Washington. I clearly wasn't the only one who thought this way. "Is that your name for real, baby? You sure don't look like no Leon Washington," sneered Shantae. That got a laugh. Dead ass, said someone in a new-to-me slang term of affirmation. "Hey, pipe down," I reprimanded, borrowing an old naval expression I'd heard from my father growing up. Another wave of laughter. Little did I know that pipe down was now a street expression for sex, akin to laying pipe. Oops. So many new words to learn. I cruised through two more names without incident, and then came to the last one. "Mariah Wilkes?" "Mariah!" someone said in a mocking, pop vocal way, trying to jump an octave or two. Of course, I couldn't help but think of the pop star. With such an aspirational name, I was on the lookout for a glam girl and scanned the aisles for some mother's ultimate fan tribute. But as far as I could tell, just about everyone was accounted for, except for a boy in a red hoodie at the back of the room with his head on the desk who had slipped in at the very last minute. Slowly, he picked up his head. I took a quick look and followed my instincts, honed from summers spent with butch lesbians on the beaches and in the bars of Fire Island. "Are you Mariah?" I asked. Even at 15 paces, it was clear to me that Mariah was a girl who wasn't very much interested in looking like a girl. To confirm my hunch, I scanned for an Adam's apple, but didn't see one. As familiar as I was with gender bending in all its glorious forms, I was still pretty surprised to see it on such bold display here, in 9th grade at Union Street. This wasn't a queer-friendly college campus like Reed or Oberlin, where binary gender choices were regarded as passé. "Yup," she responded in a low growl. More from Shantae. "Wow, mister, you're the first new teacher ever to figure out she's a girl." Unlike Leon, no one laughed at Mariah. Many of the kids had been with her at Union Street for middle school, and I guess that they all knew better than to mock her. Mariah looked pouty and mean, like a cranky baby who'd just woken up from a nap. She was square-shaped, dark-skinned, and had poorly kept cornrows, which revealed a scalp shiny from perspiration. Despite the stifling heat in the room, she wore several layers under her hoodie. With a cocky swagger, she arched over the backrest of her desk and spread her legs, farther apart than any boy. In the early days of the semester, I watched Leon and Mariah both closely, on the lookout in case either of them was bullied. I wanted to make sure it didn't happen on my watch. Of course, I didn't know the true sexual orientations of these children,